What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. So, I know this is the third video in as many days, but I feel as though this needs to be addressed. This has been going on for far too long, and it's about Celtic and their disgraceful performances in Europe, and who I think's responsible, what needs to change, what the problems are, where we need to get better, just everything like that. So, Celtic last night played Lazio in the Champions League. Must-win game for Celtic. You know, it's been a disaster of a Champions League campaign yet again from the Hoops. And we lost. We lost 2-0. We were in the game for about 70-odd minutes. Then we conceded two terrible goals. Immobile scored both of them. Not surprising. Same old story. So many players who aren't at this level to compete in the Champions League. You know, with all due respect to Greg Taylor, for example, you know, he's good in Scotland. I don't think he's good enough for the Champions League. He's not the only one. Mikey Johnson, James Forrest, you know, Yang, you know, some of these guys, you know, they're alright in Scotland, but they're just not what we need in Europe. That all comes back to the board. The board are the main problem. I've said this before. I said this in a video a couple of days ago, that they're the issue. They've been doing it for over 20 years. You know, they're more interested in pocketing money from their bonuses and wasting it on people that might be good in 6 years' time than actually investing in an actual experienced player who's played in Europe before. You know, this has been going on for nearly 20 years. You know, when was the last time Celtic had a decent run in Europe? I think it was probably the 2013 season, 12 season, you know, when we beat Barcelona under Lennon. You know, since then, you know, what exactly have we done in the Champions League? Absolutely nothing. You know, we've had a few decent goals in the Europa League. But, you know, I can't remember us actually doing anything in the Champions League for the last 10 years to 20 years at least. You know, it's just embarrassing every single time, you know. We don't invest properly, we don't prepare properly. Whether it's Brendan Rodgers, Ange Postecoglou, Neil Lennon, Gordon Strachan, Martin O'Neill, it doesn't really matter. Even under Martin O'Neill, when we had a really good team, we still had shocking results. You know, just absolutely terrible. Brendan Rodgers has been sold a load of lies, as per normal. This board just lies all the time. You know, they don't tell the truth. They all need to be removed. You know, Dermot Desmond doesn't give a crap about us. You know, I don't care what anybody says. You know, he doesn't. Him and Lawwell are absolutely terrible for this football club. They have been for over 20 years. You know, they go on about Scotland, but what about Europe? You know, yet again, Europe, they don't seem to care. That's the issue. They seem to just want to get into the Champions League, not invest, and then hope for the best. But that's not what we want. We want success in Europe. We want to have a better push, you know, at least in the Europa League. You know, third place would be a good, you know, result for us at least. But we don't even invest to try and do that. It's just terrible. You know, we had an easier group this year than we have done in previous years. You know, Athletic Madrid are the best team in the group. But Feyenoord, we played decently well against them. You know, they're nothing special. And then Lazio, we should have beat them at home at least. You know, they're nothing special either, you know, but did we invest properly? No. You know, if we had the right players, would we have performed better? Probably. But yeah, it's been going on far too long. I'm sick of watching it, I really am, every single season in Europe. I turned it off last night because I was so bored of the performance, you know. I don't think we played great domestically this season either, that's concerning. You know, Brendan doesn't seem to be getting his message across very well to the players. You know, we've got Kyogo playing in centre midfield for no damn reason. It's completely pointless. You know, this slow, predictable passing sideways. You know, McGregor's the captain. What he was passing it backwards last night is ridiculous. Most experienced player in the team. You know, doesn't drive you on. It's ridiculous. You know, backwards, sideways, negative play. No confidence, no self-belief either. You know, too safe last night as well. It's must win. And what were we doing? Passing the ball between our two defenders at the back. It's ridiculous. You know, there doesn't seem to be cohesion between the players, the manager, the board, the fans. You know, the fans and the board again arguing again this season. You know, the board do it deliberately to wind everybody up. It just annoys the hell out of me. You know, they have no respect for us. They really don't. They're a disgrace to this football club. You know, we've got Brendan Rodgers back. You know, you've promised him things. Have you delivered? No. You know, where was the sign-ins that Brendan said in his press conference? We said we need experience, we need quality over quantity. Did we get that? No. We just got a load of bloody projects again. It's ridiculous. The only one really has worked has been Lewis Palmer. But that's about it. You know, we sold Jota. You know, if we imagine if we had Jota last night, it would have been much better performance. I think at least we would have had a threat on the break. You know, we played Kyogo up front by himself in Europe. It's ridiculous. You know, Kyogo's quality. He makes really good runs. But he can't do it in Europe by himself. We need to play two up top. You know, not one up top. We do that all the time as well. It's ridiculous. At the back, we make stupid mistakes. Ball comes into the box every time from a corner or a cross into the box. What do? We don't get anywhere near the ball. It really is bad. Just everything. The club is a disgrace. The club is run terribly. I don't care what anybody says. I don't care about the financial results. I really don't give a crap about that. You know, I know how wealthy we are, you know. But, you know, when is this board ever going to give the fans something back? You know, the fans give them everything. Their time, their money, everything. You know, the board have never done anything for us, in my opinion. We're just customers to them. I stopped giving them money years ago. You know, I just don't care about this. I just don't care anymore. I want them to go. They're just absolutely horrendous. They really are. They're the worst board in Europe. You know, we're a laughing stock in Europe. You know, Rangers are better than us in Europe. You know, Rangers have not won the league. Have only won one league title since they got promoted. But they perform better in Europe. They've made it to 2 European finals in the last 20 years. You know, we haven't won a knockout game since 2003. We haven't won in the Champions League for 15 games. It's ridiculous. Really is poor. The board. It's the recruitment team. It's just terrible. You know, the manager doesn't get full control either. The board make the signings. You know, the board bought half these players in as well. Maybe Palmer was the only one Brendan had control over, but the rest of them, like Yang, you know, Yang could be good. Yang showed glimpses. But, you know, players like Kwon, who have barely played, Marco Tilio, who's barely played, you know, these are all board signings. It's ridiculous. You know, a board should not be getting involved in the transfer business. Mind your own business and focus on the financial aspect of the football club. But they don't. They have to bury their way into the financial, like, run-in in terms of, like, player recruitment. It's ridiculous. It's none of their business. We need a director of football as well. You know, there's rumours about director of football after we lost the league to Rangers 2 years ago or 3 years ago, whatever it was, in the COVID season. Did that happen? Of course it didn't. You know, we got Peter Lawwell back. Probably never left in the first place, let's be honest. You know, he needs to go. You know, he's just not good for us at all. I don't care what he's done domestically. You know, we should be winning league titles. You know, Rangers winning the league for 4 or 5 seasons. Of course we were going to win the league title. You know, we should be miles ahead, you know, in Scotland, which we're not. You know, we've been shit this season, in my opinion, even domestically. But yeah, Europe, we should be going for the Europa League at least. You know, we need to get rid of this board. I would say to everybody, let's protest, let's get rid of these people, because they just don't care about us. They don't care about Europe, so why should we care about them? They just wind me up, to be brutally honest. They have no clue what they're doing. They're all old. You know, they don't have a clue what's going on half the time. You know, they're completely oblivious as well to what's actually happening. The shareholders can go as well. They've got no idea either. You know, they can leave. You know, they're part of the issue, you know. But yeah, that's my opinion on it. It's another embarrassing season in Europe for Celtic. Am I surprised? No, it happens all the time. And it's been going on for far too long. So yeah, give me your thoughts down below. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.